Hello, everyone. Welcome here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Proud to be here with you on site at Alfred University. It is a media day unlike any other. It is a historic day for Alfred University for Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora and Dan Tortora Broadcast Media in our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership. This is the first time that student athletes of any sport have ever had media day interviews. So this spotlight, this history, you get to be a part of it. And so do these awesome gentlemen on the football team. We're here in this special with Free Safety, Amir Massey. Amir, how are you?
Good, and you?
Doing very well. So this number 0, which I want to show everybody here. We'll move the mic for a second. It's the first time that the number 0 has ever been in the football program.
Yes.
It became available. You're wearing it. What does it mean to you to make history with number 0?
I want to say it means a lot that my coaches respect me enough and believe in me enough to, wear something different than 33. Last year, that was my number, and they felt that I did enough to earn the right to change my number. So I appreciate that.
So having 0 for the first time ever, we can't look back in history for Saxons football and see anybody else wearing 0.
Maybe double 0 back in the early 70s.
But no single 0 ever. So you're starting history.
Yes.
So we're starting history with media day interviews, and you're getting to sit down and speak with me and get on the mic.
Yep.
You're making history with 0.
Yes.
So there's history on top of history. What is that like for you to be celebrating all these new things? There's never been a media day where the student athletes have been interviewed of any program at Alfred. There's never been a number 0 for football.
It's exciting in a way. I try not to be too into that part. I still want to stay focused, but it's very cool. Wearing a number 0, I don't have any attachments to the number. My favorite number is 19, but it's really cool. I get to look good in the uniform and represent for my team, so can't complain.
And there's a guy, so I'm a Jaguars fan. There's a guy on my team right now that decided to wear number 0, Calvin Ridley, wide receiver. So it's a number that I feel like people see it out on the field and they go, "Oh, who's that?" So do you like that there's going to be kind of a unique part of your season?
It's really cool because even the freshmen on the team, some of the older guys, they like to be like, "Oh man, number 0 is so fire, so fire." I just say appreciate it, stay level-headed because don't want to get too big headed. I haven't done nothing with the number yet.
Yeah.
So once I do something with the number, then maybe,
How do you stay humble knowing that it is a unique number? It is a historic number. So like you said, you got to stay locked in. You got to stay focused. How do you stay focused and not, start feeling yourself, so to speak?
I always just remember how it started and where I came from. Like, it wasn't easy to get the number. It wasn't easy to be here in this position. And so if I ever think that it will be easy, then I won't be in this position anymore, So that's how I don't allow it to overcome myself. Because I know where I started, how hard I had to, work to get here. And so, I just enjoy it.
Why wasn't it easy to be where you are today?
When I first graduated high school, I was a quarterback at the height of 5'9". So no school wanted me to, play quarterback. So I had to make the switch to corner. And in my first 2 years, had some trials, tribulations, ended up, missing out on my junior season. But now that's why I'm back for my 6th year. And, now I'm a starter. So pretty cool.
So you start as a quarterback. You're a corner for a couple of years. You miss out on a season. You come back at free safety. What have you learned from all of this?
You just can't stop. I always tell myself every day, keep going, no matter what, whether it's school, you car breakdown. I attack everything the same way. I just tell myself, keep going, because at the end of the day, if I don't keep going, no one else will go for me. So I have to keep going. So that's how I look at it. And I embrace it. I love the grind. I like to work hard. It's how I was raised. All the coaches that I had, they told me, you work hard, you'll get what you want. So that's just what I like to do.
Why did you miss a season? What happened?
During the COVID semesters, when football was gone for D3, I just decided to take a break from school. And I ended up losing eligibility. And then, I ended up getting back, took a summer course, got my GPA back up. But it wasn't enough at the time. And then I, kept working. I was a part of the team as a manager, but just worked hard. So got back in it.
So some adversity is out of your control.
Yes.
Some of it is self-inflicted.
Yes.
That was self-inflicted.
Yep.
What did you learn from self-inflicted adversity?
That, there's no one else to blame but yourself in moments like that. Like, even though, yeah, we didn't have football, I didn't have that, that piece of my life that I always go to when things get rough. I didn't have that. And so I just, blamed it on, oh, this is not me. Like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to be doing that. And I tried to find a way out instead of just accepting responsibility. But then when I was not playing, seeing all my friends play and do good things and whatnot, I just sat back and said, like, it was my fault. I have to accept that and move on. And then that's why I'm here now. So
What finally clicked with you where you said, this is on me. I gotta take responsibility? Because not everybody does it. There's people that are twice, 3 times your age that won't take responsibility. So why did you?
I just sat back and thought about why I got a low GPA, and it was the lack of effort. And if you don't put in the time, you won't get the results. And so that's the biggest thing right there is I just kept putting in the time. I kept thinking about like how I let myself down. I let people who want me to be better than what they were, and I let them down by not being able to finish, school on time in a way, or just, finish playing my career on the high note. So yeah, I just put in the effort, I just locked in.
So you're here.
Mhm.
Do you have an appreciation for being a student and an athlete now?
Now that I know kind of what I want to do with myself outside of football,
Which is?
which is coach
Okay.
football
Okay.
in a way, but I also have other things. I like to write, I like to read. I do want to be a narrative designer in the future when those things are, available for me. But I do appreciate being a student. I like learning. I just during that time, I didn't stay focused. That's all it was. And so once I, told myself to stay focused, I believed in it, and then I was able to accomplish certain things.
Focus is something that can come and go. How do you stay mentally healthy, mentally tough? How do you stay focused, especially in a world where there's so many things asking for your attention?
Right. I really just don't pay attention to anything I don't need to. Like
I needed that on that. I think the world needed. Can you say that again?
yeah, I don't pay attention to anything I don't need to. Like, yeah, I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have Snapchat, but
Listen to
I
that.
don't allow those things to, entice me. I know what I want for myself. I know what people expect from me. And so if it's not, correlating with those things, then I have no time for it, so.
I love that, Amir.
Sure.
That's good. So you chose Alfred because why?
So originally I chose Alfred because it was just a better program to, install myself in. Had another offer elsewhere. But, they weren't on the same level of caliber of the team that Alfred was, and I wanted to be challenged. Even though I knew I wasn't the best prospect, I wanted to have competition. I wanted to be in a place where I had to fight to get my spot, because then I knew I earned it.
Yeah.
And so that's why Alfred was my choice.
Would you choose Alfred again?
Yes, I would definitely choose Alfred again, even with all the COVID things and all that. I don't regret this choice. It was a great decision. I met the right people, and it happened at the right time.
Where do you hail from? Where are you from?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
So I've spoken with one of your teammates, obviously from Rochester, not too far away.
Mhm.
So I'm going to ask you this because I want to know if you experienced this. When the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came into town, shot on Main Street, do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. That was exciting.
I was in it.
Oh, you were in that?
I made it in the movie. I was
Oh,
on the
wow.
set. Yeah. So I'm actually in the movie.
Okay, that's cool.
So that's a connection that I'll always have with Rochester.
Mhm.
What connection do you have?
I grew up there. I started off in Irondequoit in the suburbs, but then I moved to the inner city as I got older, around 3rd grade, and I just been there my whole life. It's not the easiest place to grow up, but as long as you do, stay focused. And if you have the mindset to get somewhere, you won't be caught where you need to be at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think it was Jay Kelsey I talked with
yep.
about it. So are you a garbage plate
Oh,
connoisseur?
yeah, I go to Fairport Hots, Bill Gray's, Wimpy's, and Gates Chai. Great spot right there. My favorite spot right there. Yeah.
Okay. Why is that your favorite?
I went, maybe TMI, but I had a previous girlfriend. She took me there for the first time,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Yo, this spot is nice." Like, so yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? And I could say this too, make you feel better. One of my previous girlfriends, she's the reason why I even tried a garbage plate.
Okay.
So I had to kind of like realize they're not all created equal.
Mhm.
They're different. So what makes a good garbage plate in your opinion?
I'm not a mustard guy. A lot of people like mustard, but
Yeah.
no mustard. Everything else, meat sauce, 2 cheeseburgers, max. Is it max salad? I believe it's max salad and
Yeah.
home fries. That's right there. It was perfect garbage plate for me.
Besides the garbage plate, what can you not stop eating?
Pizza, probably.
Okay. Is there a
Pizza.
spot here?
Out here, yeah, Little Sicily's right down the street.
Okay. Now I heard some of your teammates fight about where's the spot. So is there another spot that's close? So
Yeah,
Little Sicily?
Duke's is real close, but they're okay.
So
They're
Little
okay.
Sicily's is the
Little
place.
Sicily's is the place to go. Yeah,
Why?
they have bigger slices. The dough isn't, very thin. It's not that thin, and it's good. It doesn't. I feel like Duke's pizza and cheese falls off the pizza a lot.
Yeah.
So not
All right.
fun.
All right. So Little Sicily's, fair enough. We're gonna play rapid fire.
Okay.
You get to start. You get to ask me a question.
All right. What got you into broadcasting?
My love for people, my faith in God, my desire to help. I like making people laugh.
Mhm.
I like seeing other people succeed. So I like celebrating other people. And I've just always been a storyteller. My class ring has a feather pen on it. If y'all can see it, it's got a feather pen on it. And so anything I do from songwriting to screenwriting to comedy writing to writing for my show or writing a story, it all starts with a pen and a pad. So, and when I was 5 years old, I started writing my first stories. Always had a big imagination. And my dad used to give me his word processor, which was before computers. It was this heavy typewriter. He'd lug it up, put it on the kitchen table, open it, and it had a little screen. And back then, typewriters didn't have screens. So I had a green screen with a little black lettering so I could see what I was typing. And on a Saturday morning, he would go outside and work outside, and I would just type on the word processor. I have that word processor in my office now to remind me where I started, to humble me, to reset my brain, to rewire my brain, as Max Freeman IV talked about, when you need to be reminded why you do what you do.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I love telling stories, being positive, spreading God, making people laugh. I laugh every day.
Yeah.
So I love walking into a room of strangers and getting you to laugh. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit all of that, I guess. All right, Amir, let's see. If you had to go toe to toe with your favorite free safety all time, who would you want to match up against?
Favorite free safety of all time is Sean Taylor.
Okay.
I would have to, line up against him and see what he has for me, and then, vice versa. I'd be the guy.
I like that. All right. Fair enough. What is it about his play that you just liked watching?
He was different, he was they call it a freak of nature. He was 6'3", 230, and he could run like a deer. So I mean, he could get sideline to sideline, he could fill in the box, and there wasn't too much you couldn't ask of him. I mean, the dude was a beast.
Did you become a Commander fan because of him, or?
Oh, no, I'm an Eagles fan.
Okay. So you respected him even though he was on another team in the division. All right. Okay. All right.
Started watching when I heard about Ed Reed, and then I started watching Miami, and then Sean Taylor popped, and I'm like, oh, who's Sean Taylor? And I just seen his highlights, hitting people, and that's one of my favorite things about football, is getting the ability to hit somebody, like not hurt somebody, but just hit somebody. So
yeah, you like contact. All right, I like it. What's your second one for me?
Second person.
Second question.
Oh, okay. What made you come to Alfred first? Or if this wasn't the first time?
Yeah, Alfred. I mean, it's crazy how I don't believe in coincidences. I call them God incidences, and it's just the way God works. I met one person that led to another person, to another person, to another person, and I had created this exclusive multimedia marketing partnership plan, and so I just got in touch with the president, Mark Zupan, and I was like, I really feel like you would be a perfect fit. We talked about it, and then the conversation reached out to Mark Danes and Chris Boswell and Deb Stewart, and then they were like, "Hey, we want to do it." And I came to campus, and I mean, they rolled out the purple carpet, and I honestly like the professionalism. They had a bunch of coaches here. They had the president here. Deb was here leading athletics. Boz was here. They had all, cameras set up to take pictures, shoot video, lighting set up, a mic, like just over the top, awesome, like bringing me in. And I told them from day one, I said, this feels Division 1. It doesn't act like, oh, we're not Duke, so we're not going to do this. I felt the love. I felt the appreciation, the excitement. Mark Danes, met me every time I came, meets me right at the door. And it's just like this level of care and concern. I feel like I'm being recruited, and I just love that. I do. It makes me want to know you all more.
Yeah.
Every time.
Very home like out here in Alfred. Everybody supports one another, very family oriented. And that's one thing about, Alfred, I do enjoy is that, you can call upon people that you might not have known too long, but they'll be there for you. So yeah.
Absolutely. All right. My second one for you, Amir. We're going to go on tour with 3 comedians. Who are we going on tour with?
Martin Lawrence for one.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Jim Carrey. Top 3.
Love it. I love that you know Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, grew up on Jim Carrey.
Did you watch Liar Liar?
Liar Liar, yeah.
It's arguably my favorite. I can recite the entire movie. If you lead me to a scene, I can tell you what happens after. Try it. Try me. You remember a scene?
I don't think off the top of the dome. Wasn't he like a lawyer or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll do and I'll do this because, a lot of people in the media are very different than me. So I'll be in like a media room and I'll be writing something down, and all of a sudden I'll put my arm over it and I'll go, write it or I'll break it off. And so it's like, just stuff from that. But no, I love that movie. I love that you said that. Before Eddie Murphy's older brother, Charlie, passed away, who was on Chappelle's show. I love Charlie Murphy. I love Charlie more than Eddie. I got to go to Charlie's show. So like in the world that I'm in, sports and entertainment, I don't get like starstruck or anything, but when I publicly messaged him on Twitter and he messaged me back, and I was like, oh, you're coming to my hometown of Syracuse. He's like, that's what's up. I'll see you tomorrow. I cried. And then I got to sit front row, bump his fist at the end of the show. Then I got to meet him, talk with him, tell him I appreciate him, get his autograph. And then he passed away like a year later. So like to this day, I am so eternally grateful that I got to meet Charlie Murphy.
Great experience.
Love Charlie Murphy. So, all right. Got me think about Nutty Professor now, Eddie. So what's your last question for me?
Where are you from?
Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse?
Yeah.
So did you grow up an Orange fan or no?
Yeah. Orange fan all my life. And yeah, I mean, got a lot of appreciation for my city. I just like my city. It's blue collar. People work hard. There's a lot of good people, a lot of generational people there, just 4 generations. So, there's a lot of good in my city. And I take a Macklemore line all the time where it's I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. So I try to live with that. Yeah, I believe in my city. So I believe my city believes in me. So thank you for that. My last question for you, Amir. You and I are going to do a road trip. We can go, actually, we're going to, not just road trip. We can be in a plane too. We're going to go see 3 cities. Could be anywhere in the world. Where are we going and why?
If it's during the fall, we gotta go to Tuscaloosa. We gotta check out Alabama.
All right, Tuscaloosa. All right.
Even see how that program's doing.
Okay. I heard they're okay.
Next, probably definitely want to see what Phoenix, Arizona has to offer.
Yeah, that's ironic because my mom wanted to take me out there. So that's where my Diamondbacks are. So
Okay,
all right, so Phoenix.
And then never been a Cali guy, so over there.
No,
But
that's all right with me.
probably somewhere in the middle. I don't know. Probably Nebraska or something, just because I've never been in.
Yeah, maybe Colorado. We'll go to Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado with Deion Sanders. Yes,
We'll go to Colorado.
Yeah.
Who's up with prime time? All right. I like that. So for Free Safety, Amir Massey, myself, Dan Tortora, this has been history in the making, a special on-site, on location as never before have we had interviews for any of the sports on Media Day. So Wake Up Call and Dan Tortora Broadcast Media making history with Alfred University and the Saxons. Make sure you support their football program and their entire university. Amir and everybody wants to see you out in the stands, on the road and at home. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks, Amir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.